Hi! So it's March. It's not February anymore. But I missed yesterday, which was the last day of Vlog Every Day in February, because I hurt my knee kind of bad during yoga. I was in a bad position that I wasn't supposed to be in, and blah, 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 blah. And my knee made a lovely sound like if you bite down on a kettle cooked potato chip, like that crunch, and it was really scary and it hurt really bad. And so I spent the day rolling wool dreadlocks and pouring love into my knee all day. Just energy, energy, energy into my knee. Please, please be okay. Please be okay. Please be okay. And yes, thankfully it is okay. It hurts a little bit, but I'm being very tender with it and being very nice to it. And we did a restorative practice this morning, which was awesome. And I could sit cross-legged by the end of it, so that was fantastic. And yeah, so I didn't vlog yesterday. Instead, I rolled wool dreadlocks, and then I installed wool dreadlocks. It's fancy, so fancy. I got this idea in my head that I needed some woolly dreads, and so I wanted to make it happen, and because I'm bored of my hair. So there you go. So I have bangs, which is weird, but that's okay. I really like them. They're all kind of tied in knots right now. And I have to put new ones in because these are not the kind I necessarily want. But whatever. It's fine. They're fun for now. And I have very pink hands from dyeing them, and then I rolled them, felted them after they were dyed. And so I have very stained pink hands. So I have some prompts to catch up on. So the first one is, who's your greatest role model and why? And really, I don't know. I don't necessarily think I have one. So that was easy. I mean, if I had to pick somebody, I guess I would say like the Buddha, but I don't really have one. I guess the perfect version of myself is my greatest role model. The person that I most want to be is the person that I strive to be like. So I guess that's that. Look at these funky 80s shoulder pads. I love this jacket so much. I realized I wear the same clothes all the time because my laundry never really gets taken upstairs. So it's always the same, like 3-4 shirts like that end up in the laundry, because I'm really bad about, changing my clothes every day. So I wear the same clothes. So I'm wearing the normal Hamza Hand and Scully shirt. So I figured I would, shake it up a little with some crazy 80s shoulder pads. I feel very, what's that movie? I can't remember. The one with Sigourney Weaver and Harrison Ford, Melanie Griffith. What the hell's that movie called? A Big Business, maybe? I don't know. But lots of shoulder pads. Lots of shoulder pads in that movie. All right, so anyway. So the second one is, what do you love about yourself? And I had this... I had the day where I wished that I loved myself more, right? And I do. I do wish I loved myself more, but it really has gotten me thinking about the things that I do love. And I guess I love my sense of humor. Because even if I am not making anybody else laugh, I'm at least making myself laugh. And, that's super important to me, being able to laugh. So, if I'm not amusing anybody else, I'm at least amusing myself. I am brutally honest. And I don't know about brutally. I'm softly honest. I don't tend to be very brutal about it. Unless it's to the man flesh. But I'm very honest, and I'm very honest to myself too. So, I'm very in touch with my, like, I take responsibility for everything. I'm very honest in the facts that, the things that I, should be doing or whatever. I'm goofy as all hell, which I appreciate a lot in other people. People who aren't afraid to, like, bust into interpretive dance in the middle of the grocery store or whatever, And I don't really give a crap what other people think about me particularly. Like, I had that day where I talked about not being taken seriously enough about my art because it is not so serious, but that is more people's opinions about my work, which don't normally matter to me very much, but were mattering on that day. But I generally don't care. Like, I'm living in a town of 600 people, and I'm going to be rocking this funky hairdo. So, whatever. I don't really care. And I sort of have an endless capacity for love. And, okay, maybe not endless. I do not like to get screwed over. So I generally tend to cut those people out, even if I love them, if they screw me over. But it takes a long time. It takes a lot of screwing. My 12-year-old boy brain just started giggling. It takes a lot of screwing over before I get to that point. So yeah, I do love wholly and completely and fully and probably over generously, but I think it's important. I think it's important that people feel loved, even if you don't tell them. Although I do tell the people that I love them constantly. Like, I probably when the man flesh is home, I probably tell him about 25 times a day that I love him. So, and I tell my kids that I love them constantly. So, so it's definitely I don't ever want you to doubt that I love you. So I will tell you that constantly. My friend Heidi, when she comes over for yoga every day, she leaves and it's always, she's the same way. So it's always, I love you. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you in 4 hours or whatever, And I'm super excited. My yoga instructor has opened up a gorge pass. Like, you pay a certain amount and you can take however many classes you want. So it's looking like I'm probably going to end up doing 4 classes a week, which is super exciting. Provided that my knee, I'm petting my knee as I'm speaking of it, provided that my knee is not permanently damaged, which I don't think it is. I mean, I have crappy knees, so I always have to be conscious of them while I'm practicing. But it's not swollen or anything. It's just tender. It's very tender. It felt almost like something in there broke loose, and like I was diagnosed with subpatellar chondromalacia. Was that it? Yeah. When I was like 13. So I've had, which is, was that what it was? Yeah, I think that's what it was. No, maybe not. Chondritis, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, it was the gooey bits underneath my kneecap are irritated all the time. So stairs are my enemy. And of course, there's stairs in my house. And yesterday I was up and down the stairs into the basement about 45 times, putting bits of wool into the dryer, and no problem with stairs. So that's good. But yeah, it was really throbbing last night when I went to sleep. I'm gonna stop talking about my knee. Uh, and I guess that's one of the things that I do love is I did yoga this morning, regardless of my knee. I was just very gentle with it. I don't give up easily. I definitely keep plugging along. Yeah, the art as business thing has been, kind of a testament to that I don't give up easily. So, okay, so the final prompt for Leap Day was, did you enjoy this challenge? And yes, I enjoyed it so much. Like, for one thing, I don't talk a lot. Like, I talk to myself occasionally. Amanda was talking yesterday about how she talks in the car, and I do that too. But it's usually I yell in the car. Like, if I'm frustrated about things, then I will sit there and yell at the windshield. But yeah, during the day I don't talk much, and I mostly have kids around. I don't have a lot of adult interaction. So, the telephone calls with the man flesh at night, yes, but it's usually we don't tend to talk about a lot of deep stuff. Sometimes we do, but most of the time it's just, how was your day? How was your day? The kids did this cute thing. The guys I work with did this annoying thing, whatever, it's not a lot of like deep conversation. And I miss that. I feel like I miss out on that a little bit. It's one of the downfalls. Okay, this jacket is driving me crazy. Shoulder pads are so funny. It's one of the downfalls of Jamie working out of town is that I don't get a lot of adult conversation. Like, most of my conversation revolves around video games, because that's what my kids talk about, or whatever thing that my daughter's into that week, so I don't spend a lot of time talking about like deeper stuff, which is one of the things that I feel like I'm missing, and wanting, kind of needing, like in-person connection, which I've talked about also before. That connection is super important, and there's so few people around here who can listen to me talk and not be like, my friend Heidi is one of them, or people who actually listen, like, don't cut you off while you're saying something to talk about something completely fucking different, which I get a lot of whenever I do have a conversation, even all of the older boy children, all of the 18, 19-year-old of my boys, they definitely, will cut me off to talk about something else. And even when they initiate the conversation. So that's kind of irritating, but it just comes with the territory. So, long story longer, so this has been really good to be able to just sort of sort out my thoughts on things that I wouldn't normally be talking about, and to be able to listen and be a witness to other people's stories and other people's, I'm fascinated with stories in any way, explains my incredibly ridiculous reading list, is I'm fascinated by story. And, I listen to the, PRX, which on Sirius, which is public radio remix, and it takes, public radio stories from all over the country and plays them. And it's fascinating to me to listen to these stories, and so to be able to watch all these vlogs, when my only real experience with vlogging, aside from like the Bedhead Diaries and Effie's classes, is the stupid crap my daughter watches on YouTube, which is like, family vlogs, the gymnast family vlogs, and Brataili, and like, 7 Supergirls, and all this stupid crap that she watches. so it's been like my only experience with vlogging is those. And so it's been awesome to watch people be so open with their stories and so vulnerable and so like me. And that in itself is like just such a relief that I'm not completely alone out here, you know, because there are so few people that are like me around here, and so few people that I feel comfortable talking to, and or feel comfortable opening up to. I mean, I could talk to them about, you know, gas prices or whatever, but I don't feel comfortable opening up to them. And so that has been awesome, that I feel, even though I'm like sending this out to like the whole internet, like I don't feel uncomfortable opening up. So that has been amazing. So thank you so much to Tam, beautiful Tam, for doing this challenge, and for writing us a list of prompts for the whole rest of the year. We're going to keep doing it on Wednesdays, and we have a year's worth of prompts. I have them all printed out so that I will hopefully be able to remember them all. So that's exciting. And I'm excited to be able to keep the connection going with all of these people that I feel so connected to. So, yay. Yay, this has been awesome. It just, thank you for listening to me. If, you know, there are people who have listened to me, and it's been awesome to get that sort of validation. So thank you. And thank you, Tam. And thank you, Effie, because I never would have done it if you hadn't done it first. And yeah, thank you to all of you. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, that's long enough. So I'm gonna go. Okay. Bye.